Today we'll be continuing our adventure through Dark Souls. So yesterday we took out arguably the worst boss in video game history, that being the Bed of Chaos, which means we only have one more boss to go today, which is the Four Kings. And honestly, I'm really sad. I don't want this series to end, but the end is near. Also, today's video quality may either be better or worse. I ended up building my new PC yesterday, which means this video should be recording at the very least a higher bitrate. I honestly didn't get to tweak with the settings too much. Like, I didn't want to mess with anything. I kind of just went with whatever OBS said was good for like my system preset. I'm hoping that it's a higher quality than whatever we had before. I don't want to talk about it. I think that's the first time that I've ever fallen off of that bridge. I'm just happy that we didn't save like Lost Izalith and all that for last, because like I said in yesterday's video, like the Demon Ruins and Lost Izalith, I truly do believe that the hate for that area is completely overblown. Like, it's really not that bad of an area. The only bad part about that entire area is Bed of Chaos. But I'm just glad that we got that out of the way, because like out of any area, out of any boss or anything like in Dark Souls 1, the part that I look forward to the absolute least is Bed of Chaos, second place being Tomb of the Giants. But even then, like, Tomb of the Giants really isn't that bad. The only part that I don't really look forward to is like that first little bit where you are blind up until you get the Skull Lantern, but after that, like, that area really is not that bad. So really the only part that I completely dreaded any Dark Souls 1 playthrough is Bed of Chaos. Anyways, New Londo Ruins, it's a pretty simple area. We just gotta make our way up to the one dude, so then we can get the key to the seal, and then we drain the area, and then that's really it. Then we just kind of make our way to the boss, and yeah, we should be out of here in no time. Got a fog wall right here. Oh, it's gonna be on the other side of it. I know I said this earlier in this little mini-series, but I remember my first playthrough, I thought that a fog wall just definitively meant that there was gonna be a boss on the other side of it. So every time I got up to a fog wall like that, I was just like panicking, like, oh no, I'm about to fight a boss, and I'd be like stressing out, and then I get to the other side of it, and there was literally nothing there. I was just like, oh. Always take out these like screaming witch ghost things, because those actually summon in more ghosts, and yeah, that's obviously like the last thing that we need right now. So yeah, they're pretty easy. You know, you gotta pop the transient curses, which you get at the entrance to this place. Then as you kill these ghosts and explore, you'll find more throughout, but I highly doubt we'll need to. Ow! Yeah, that's another annoying thing that they do. They'll like grapple onto you, and it's kind of annoying how far their range can reach. They'll like grab you from a really long distance and do that thing where they slit your throat just like that. Like, it is so annoying to a certain extent. I mean, it's not the most annoying thing in the game. There's definitely worse, but it's up there. But other than that, they're not too bad. You just gotta clear them out, and then you climb up this ladder, then we'll get the key to the seal, and then we can drain this place. It's insane just how quiet this new PC is. Like, this one is literally silent. With my last PC, I always had to talk over it because that thing was so loud. Y'all know when you like start up like your Xbox One, like the VCR model of the Xbox One, where like sometimes you turn on a game and for some reason it would sound like a jet engine. Imagine that, but like 1.5 times louder and non-stop. I honestly might have to try to like find like one of those like decibel meters, like the audio meters or whatever, just to see how loud it actually is, because like I swear, I'm not exaggerating, like that thing is insanely loud. The funny thing with New Londo Ruins is that like this area, it isn't hard or anything like that to navigate. It's similar to the depths, where it's just like, even though it's not a hard area to get through, I still find myself getting lost. Like, I know I'll find my way eventually, but like I still find myself getting lost just for that little like first bit that I'm down here up until I drain the place. I believe this is where we're supposed to go. Yeah, right over here, this chain door. I always know that like once I find this little doorway with like this chain that goes down to that like elevator, that I'm in the right place. Basically, you just turn this lever, and then ooh, the whole area is gonna drain. And then another cool thing is that this actually connects right out to the Valley of Drakes, as you can see right here. I'm not gonna lie, that was completely unintentional. That was literally perfect. Now in this area, we got these skeleton dudes. They're not too annoying, but they do kind of hit like a truck. So let's see how much damage we're actually doing to them at this point in the game. Oh, okay, so we can almost one-shot that. One thing worth mentioning is that the boss we're about to take on is, it's a bit of a DPS boss. It's a DPS check, so I would recommend probably saving them for last or really close to last, just so then you're doing as much damage as possible, just so then you have the least amount of struggle as possible. This is another area where it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to slap on the maggot mask if you did end up doing Solaris quest, or maybe even just using like the Skull Lantern or something like that, just so you can see where you're going, because without it, yeah, it can be a little tricky to see where you're actually going. Again, it's another one of those things where, like, I have no doubt in my mind that you could easily find your way after a little bit, but it will take a little bit. For me, I always know I'm going the right way when I see, like, this giant slime ball right here with the chest in the corner. Once you're there, then you know you're going in the right direction, then you just kind of need to explore out this way for the fog wall right over here, and now we are actually at the boss already. So now what we're going to want to do is put on the Covenant of Artorias ring that we got for defeating Sif, so you're going to want to slap that on. And then what I also always do is I go ahead and put on Havel's armor right here, because this is going to be pretty pivotal for at least my strategy during this fight. And if anyone is curious, my strategy for this fight is to put on Havel's armor, tank every hit, do absolutely nothing, maybe dodge if absolutely necessary or block, but otherwise we're just going to be swinging until we win. So the giant health bar appears, and then he's kind of got to like spin around in circles until you find the boss, which he is right here. And again, this boss is so easy, especially at this point in the game, and yeah, we can literally just tank all of his hits. So all you got to do is just keep on swinging. You know, there's going to be multiple of these guys that spawn. If you take too long to kill one of them, then other ones will begin to spawn, and you obviously do not want that to happen. So as long as you defeat them fast enough, that won't be a problem. See, we defeated that first guy fast enough that the second guy literally isn't even here yet. But eventually, after a solid, like, I don't know what that was, like 15 or 20 seconds, the next one will indeed spawn in, and then you just go up, keep taking the hits, heal when you have to, but otherwise, I'd say go in here with maybe at least 10 Estus for this point of the game, and you will be just fine. Just keep swinging just like that, and you'll probably only have to go through like 4 of these guys, and then you'll be done. It's actually kind of funny when you kill them so fast that the other ones literally don't have time to spawn in. It's like, you know, this is supposed to be a boss fight, yet there's literally no boss right now. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of waiting. Is the other one gonna spawn in? Hello? It's a little lonely down here. Oh, there he is. They also got some ranged attacks like this. You just gotta simply run past, and yeah, it's it. Again, it's a really easy fight all in all. Just keep swinging. I'd probably mainly stick to RBs just for like that DPS factor, because obviously while each individual RT/R2 attack/heavy attack does more damage, you know, when you're laying on the RBs, that'll allow you to do like more DPS over time and get more out of your stamina bar. So there we go. We defeated the third one, and now we're just waiting for the last one. Oh, there he is. Just like the rest of these lads, you just hit him a couple of times and turn him into a pancake, and yeah, I mean, that's really it. I don't know, it's really not that hard of a fight, and there we go. We've basically just beaten Dark Souls 1. We got the last Lord Soul / Lord Shard / whatever that we need. Look at that, we're finishing off the game with 23 humanity, and there we go. We got a bunch of souls. Not that I really need them at this point, but sure, 45. Or you know what? How about I put some in endurance as well? You know what? I'm not overpowered at all. I wasn't actually planning to beat the game in today's episode, but it looks like today's episode is actually going to be the final episode, because we're literally at the end already. I forgot to talk to this dude that's like here from the beginning of the game. If you talk to him before going to New Londo Ruins, you'll actually find like a hollowed version of him down there that you can fight. Unfortunately, I forgot to talk to him in this playthrough, but you know, once you talk to him and go back down there, then you will see him down there. At least I don't think I talked to him. Maybe I did. Maybe I just actually like completely forgot that I killed him earlier in the playthrough and I did it off camera. I can't even remember. Anyway, you just gotta talk to the servant dude. We gotta warp back down there again. And now here we are at the Firelink altar. You just gotta rest here, offer the souls to the Lord Vessel, and just like that, we are at the end of Dark Souls 1. I'm just gonna let the cutscene play. You know, we've been skipping a bunch of cutscenes, but this cutscene is actually really cool. This is like the one cutscene I always watch. It's just, the gates open, oh man. I remember doing this for the first time during my first playthrough. It's such a cool moment. And there it is. The pathway is open. You're running down here, you see all these ghosts of these knights, and now here we are in Kiln of the First Flame. Oh my gosh, man. Aesthetically speaking, this is just, oh, it's one of the greatest areas in Souls history. In Dark Souls 1, the aesthetics for this place are like absolutely top notch, and then obviously in the Dark Souls 3 version of this place, you get to fight freaking Soul of Cinder, the best boss in Souls history. Don't at me. That's what the kids say, right? If you want to farm up like Black Knight weapons or get any of the weapons that you don't have yet, this is the absolute best place to do it. Otherwise, if you don't care about any of that, you can just kind of do what I'm doing and just kind of sprint past them. Some of them may or may not aggro on you, and if they do, it's not a big deal, you'll outrun them. It's a pretty straightforward, straight shot, you know. Some people complain about how many knights are in this area, but I mean, it's really not that bad. There's not that many knights here, and for the knights that are here, they're really easy to run past. Like, sure, on a first playthrough, you might want to defeat them all, but it's really not necessary. For this one, I would recommend doing the little loop-de-loop strat that I did right there, just so you don't get knocked off or anything like that. But again, it's a straight shot. This is just your moment of reflection before the final boss, just to kind of reflect on your journey up to this point, and in my case, all the videos and stuff that we've done up to this point, and man, It always makes me sad whenever it comes time to conclude a Souls series. You know, obviously this is my first time doing a, like, replay of a Souls. Actually, no, that's a lie. We did do, like, multiple Elden Ring playthroughs. But for, like, the Souls games, you know, the Dark Souls games are always my favorite. So right now, this is a pretty bittersweet moment for me, man, because this is my favorite Souls game, and we're right at the end of our journey. Well, now it is time for us to traverse the final white light of Dark Souls 1, and I'm going to turn up the game audio here for you guys so you guys can hear the music and all that, but that time. Come on. We're here. I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of sad. I kind of feel some tears coming on. I'm gonna try not to cry. This is my favorite Souls game, and I love making videos on it. I love just this game, just everything about this game. Whether it's making videos on it, whether it's just simply playing it in my free time, I love it. Come on. My timings are really bad today. I'm literally recording this at like 7 in the morning, so I apologize. Still, it's not gonna be a problem. There it is. The end of Dark Souls 1 right there. Got Soul of Wind, Lord of Cinder. And you know what? The last time, or the first time that we beat this game, we chose the Dark Lord ending, but this time, just to kind of switch things up and do an ending that we haven't done on camera before, we're gonna go ahead and Link the Flame. Ended the game off with like 86,000 souls. Gosh, I have so many souls, but here it is. We're gonna Link the Fire since the last time we took the Dark Lord route, but canonically speaking, neither ending is necessarily correct or incorrect. But, in terms of the lore and the story, the linking the flame does make the most sense. Morally speaking, some people may argue that the Dark Lord ending makes more sense, but in terms of thematically speaking, I always go with this ending. It's bittersweet. It just, you know, it fits the game, it works. Boom. Oh god, the chills every time, man. It just, I always get chills. Oh, this is my first time doing the Link the Fire ending on Xbox. I've played this game on so many platforms now. PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, Switch, PC. I played it on like literally everything that it's available on. Oh man, those are tears. Stop the tears. They're happy tears though. Every time I sit and watch the credits of this game, it's like, it doesn't matter how many times I've beaten it, you know? I've beaten it like at least 30, 40 times at this, and that's not an exaggeration. Like, I've beaten it that many times, even though it's only been a year since I played it for the first time, and it's like, I feel empty, but happy. I feel satisfied and accomplished, despite the fact that, you know, I cheesed like half of the game with Atlas Armor, you know? It's still an accomplishment to beat Dark Souls. It's not like an easy game by any means. I mean, for me, it's kind of easy at this point, you know, just because I've played it so many times, but it's still, you know, takes some skill. You feel accomplished, you feel empty, you feel happy, and it's just a moment of reflection. I don't know why I'm getting so sappy, but I can't help it, man. This is a really great game. If there was any game to support the argument of video games being art, this is one of them. I can't say that this is the game for that, because obviously art is a very subjective thing, but this is one of the games that I would point to, most definitely. There's also a lot of other ones. Like Resident Evil 4. Man, Resident Evil 4 is pure art. Bloodborne is another great one where, you know, in terms of the aesthetics in the game as a whole, you know, it's like, despite the fact that it's not one of my favorite Souls games, it's an okay game, you know, it's a pretty good game, but compared to like Dark Souls 1, you know, I'd take Dark Souls 1 any day of the week, but, you know, Bloodborne speaking, you know, in terms of like lore and art direction, you know, that game's like a piece of art as well. It's beautiful. Man. Yeah, I should probably stop rambling now. I don't know. Every time I beat a Souls game, I like to leave it raw just to kind of capture my reactions and what I'm feeling in that moment, because it always is just like such an emotional moment beating a Souls game, even if you've done it before. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making this series, and I don't plan to do any Souls series after this. Again, like, you know, I'm not going to run through the entire trilogy again. We're definitely going to do it one day, but it's not something I'm going to hop onto immediately, because with it being spooky month, I have some other things planned that we're going to hop to next, but I had a lot of fun making this little mini-series here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun seeing, you know, you guys return night after night, seeing some returning faces, seeing some new faces pop in. it's always a lot of fun connecting with you guys, kind of bonding and just, you know, taking that journey together through a series. That's why making series is one of my favorite things to do here on this channel. But anyways, that's enough blabbering from me. Again, if there was anything I could say to any of you, it's just thank you. Thank you for your support on the series, and I love you. But anyway, as always, a massive shout out, thank you to all the Patrons and channel members, thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, and a bigger shout out, thank you to all of you in the big baller tier, Mellow Asking, and Big Daddy Manny, and the bigger shout out, thank you to all of you in the G tier, Run Avengers, download Cheese Girl, thank you guys so much, you guys are literal legends, I love you. Thank you guys for watching, have an amazing day, stay beautiful, I love you all. Peace.